Hello, everybody. My name is Mecha64Zilla, and I'm here with Anday.
Hey guys, it's me, Andy.
Amazing, amazing. Here we're today to watch.
Oh, you want
That's
me to finish something? You want? Okay.
yeah. This is
uh, Ichigo versus Yusuke. Bleach versus Yu Yu Hakusho.
yes. Now I know almost nothing to zero about either characters. I know Ichigo because he fought Naruto that one time.
I know more about these characters because I watched the anime and because I'm old.
Yep, he's old.
Okay. Why am I cardboard?
Cause let's see. That's the
I
image
have
of the Yusuke.
I upgrade from cardboard. Where are you, Deku?
Because obviously it's the only anime skin I have right now.
Dang, skill issue.
And I don't know who to vote for. At least for this.
I'm old, so I know who to vote for.
And that is whom?
Ichigo Kurosaki. Not because of nostalgia bias whatsoever.
Was it?
So I grew up with Bleach and Yu Yu Hakusho, and I have a lot of nostalgia for Bleach, so I have to go with my boy Ichigo.
We're
Just
going
because
with.
I feel like Ichigo has more power-ups, alright? Your Meshi is just for the streets. Let's be honest.
Alright, alright. I guess I'll go with. I don't know, maybe Ichigo might have something, so why not go opposite sides? Hmm?
Okay.
Alright, my vote is not. And he has a really cool sword, from what I remember.
Who Ichigo? Yeah, of course he has a big good sword. He has upgraded since they're gonna include those in your Blood War because that manga finished a while back in like 2017 2016 and it's barely getting an anime adaptation, so spoilers for those who've never seen the Thousand Year Blood War.
Yeah, spoilers.
But yeah, no, he has upgraded. They're gonna include his Quincy powers as well, so that's why I'm gonna say Ichigo.
Alright. Wait, I thought you were saying, what's his name?
Yusuke? No, I said Ichigo. I never said
What?
Yusuke.
Okay, well.
Ref, check the recording. Ichigo Kurosaki. Not because of nostalgia bias whatsoever.
I think usually in, well, death battles such as these, they kind of repeat. Not repeat, but like, whenever they have a character lose, they bring that other character back. And I'm not saying sometimes they win, but like, usually most of the time, it's against someone who's more around to their scaling, you know?
No, it's usually not. It's usually just the similarities. They're both dead characters.
I guess.
If Yusuke couldn't defeat Truck-kun, then yeah, no, Ichigo got this.
Here we go.
Ichigo Kurosaki versus Yusuke Urameshi.
The substitute Shinigami of Bleach versus the spirit detective of
Yeah,
Yu
they're
Yu
using the Thousand Year
Hakusho.
Blood War.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
That mean
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
what?
would win a death battle.
I don't know what that means.
Tell me, Boomstick, what happens when we die?
Just like what?
Endless nothingness.
Bleach?
Jeez, man, I don't know. We just
That's the
started.
joke.
Our
Trying to make-
souls are
No,
ferried by Shinigami, gods
I
of
don't get
death,
what you're
in
trying
an
to
eternal
say.
cycle of death
Somebody
and
wins
rebirth.
immensely.
That was my second guess.
And when a
Well,
soul
yeah, no,
goes
Thousand Year Blood
astray,
War
warped
is
by
still-
evil and regret, it's a
he gets
Shinigami's
a
job
huge
to
power-up.
purify such violent hollows and send them off to the realm of the dead, the Soul Society.
Works great till it doesn't. Enter Ichigo Kurosaki, whose tragic anime backstory came way too early when his mom was killed by a hollow. Reason number one why
Yeah,
you
that's a
should
grand
never want
hooker.
your kid to be the anime protagonist.
Left with his grief, young Ichigo was crushed under the weight of survivor's guilt.
So he lashed out the only way he knew how, beating people up.
But this wound began to heal when
Not-
he
not
found his
really.
calling. Upon meeting
It's
a
mostly
Shinigami
because
named
people were
Rukia.
beating him up
To
because
stop a
he had
powerful hollow, she
foreign
gave Ichigo
care.
her powers, rousing
Really?
unseen potential within.
Boom! Just like
Oh,
that,
I'm ready to
Ichigo's
bug
a
you, Death Battle. Let's
Shinigami.
go.
Substitute Shinigami. To carry out his duties, Ichigo sheds his body for an invisible one made of spiritual matter called Reishi. He can wield vast amounts of spiritual energy called Ryoku and exert it offensively in the form of spiritual pressure or Reiatsu.
Okay, that's a lot of big words, but all it really means is he's a super-powered ghost with an epic sword. His spirit aura is so strong,
sword.
it can stun-lock foes, crushing them under his own power, even fatally.
He controls spirit matter in and around him, hardening his skin for defense and leaping off of invisible footholds in the air. Paired with speed-boosting skills like Shunpo, he can virtually fly.
Say goodbye to the kid who beat up bullies for their lunch money, and hello to the town's new superhero, with fellow Ghostbusters Orihime, Chad, and Uryu. Plus
Dude, I
Rukia
can never
was the
imagine Chad
Shinigami's
ever
job to
losing.
tear hollows a new hole.
While balancing responsibilities at school, of course. GPA comes first, and maybe
Oh,
a
the
round
bread.
or two of tech.
But it wouldn't be possible without his Shinigami blade, a
he always eats
Zanpakuto.
bread. He
It's
always eats, like,
basically a
big-ass bread.
super-powered spirit that's physically a sword. Ghost Sword!
Though strangely, Ichigo's sword is composed of two distinct spirits, both
Well,
named
kind
Zangetsu,
of. They're
which
gonna
isn't
explain it.
confusing at all.
Just call him Old Man Zangetsu and Hollow Zangetsu. Anyway, the double Ghost Sword gives Ichigo lots of new
No, we would
moves,
just call those,
including
like,
his
you know what,
trademark
it's
attack,
fine.
the Sword Beam to end
Which is
all Sword
what
Beams.
Ichigo-
Dugatensho
Yes,
is
you got it!
incredibly
Tensho!
powerful and so effective that Ichigo developed multiple variants. He can fire it as a wave, detonate it mid-attack to act as a barrier,
Yeah,
and
I watched
combine
this anime,
two
as
at
you
once
can
into the
tell.
even stronger
Yeah, we have a fanboy
Getsuga
here.
Jujisho.
To cut even the biggest hollows
But if someone
down to
actually
size,
watches what-
Ichigo was ridiculously strong, even from
Who the
frame one.
characters are.
He can make giant shockwaves and parry spiritual light beams
I'm
from a
old, Andy. I was
Menosperanda.
born in the
And
2000s,
these
so I
aren't
watched this
fake,
shit.
slower than light
Yeah, that's
lasers.
fair.
Guidebooks confirm they're real light, and the novels say so
Here we
too.
go.
Plus, early on,
Light
Uryu
speed.
moved so fast that he left his own shadow behind.
But as Ichigo
he
became
blew
more
the-
involved
blew the
with the Soul
blaster.
Society, he quickly found that he wasn't good enough.
This Byakuya guy's so fast, Ichigo can't even see him. Time for a good old-fashioned training arc. Hit the music!
Until now, Zangetsu had operated only in its base state, Shikai. So Ichigo learned to release its inner power, a 10 times boost that takes most Shinigami a
Okay.
decade to master.
Bankai! In Bankai, his speed
Oh, they did the
skyrocketed,
thing. They did the
letting
thing.
him
They
turn
did the
tables
English
on
thing.
douchebag
Nice.
Byakuya.
Because that's not in
Shikai, he
the
bluffed
English
an
dub
attack
is
that could destroy the whole
Bankai.
Soul
Well, in
Society.
Japanese, it's
Because
just
Ichigo's
Bankai.
greatest gift
Cool.
is his
That is
potential
sound- make
to
it sound
improve.
cool, yeah.
Despite only being a teenager,
so, I don't
he
know. It's
mastered
been a while since
swordsmanship
I've
well
watched
enough to thrash experts who had been training for centuries. He can quickly
Like this
adapt
video
to
so
new
we
weapons
can
and
have
styles
us
mid-fight,
rewatch Bleach.
surpassing his limits time and time
Bro,
again.
you don't need.
When he took
I
on
can
Catboy
rewatching Bleach
Grimjow,
every day.
He was getting clapped,
I
but
was
as soon as he
rewatching
heard
it, but he
Orihime
added it to
cheered him on,
Fortnite.
That was all he
Nice.
needed to smash that kitty.
You mean Grimjow, right?
Yeah, but even with that main character energy, Ichigo couldn't match Big Bad Aizen. With just a finger, Aizen stopped Ichigo's Bankai. And
Yeah,
his
just as
theme
planned.
song. Rude.
Ichigo needed to tap into his unexplained hollow power. Except Hollow Zangetsu wasn't going to make it easy.
Old Man Zang's pretty chill, but this guy's a menace.
Still, Ichigo needed his help and conjured a hollow mask to expand his
Yeah,
power.
that mask is really cool.
But this meant the hollow within only grew stronger.
Masked up, he can fire lasers, bypass super senses, and heal lost limbs. But piss him off enough, and he'll go full hollow. And you really don't want that.
Hollowification exceeds even Bankai and was enough to crush Ukiura in a battle that shook all of Hueco Mundo, the world of hollows.
Full hollow Ichigo could even tear through all 3 layers of hell.
But with help from his secret Shinigami father, Ichigo continued to train for months in the Dangai, a corridor between dimensions, until he was finally ready to challenge Aizen.
Challenge is an understatement. He manhandled Aizen, shattered mountains with sheer aura, and flexed so hard he
Actually,
smashed
this
out
is
the
all
black
Aizen's
coffin,
plan.
which
Aizen, I
crushes
can
space
never
like a
imagine
mini
Aizen
black
ever losing.
hole.
And yet, it still wasn't enough. So by becoming Getsuga itself, Ichigo unleashed his ultimate attack, Mugetsu, defeating Aizen at the
Then he
cost
lost his
of
powers.
all his power.
He might have saved
Man.
everyone, but now it was back to Normieville.
Ichigo never truly
Normiville.
realized until then just how much being a Shinigami meant to him. The power to protect others, his drive, his pride in himself was gone. He would give
Then we
anything
had
to
the
get it back.
Filmbringer arc.
And he did, thanks to a surprise assist from Rukia. Boom! Shinigami again!
Just in time for a 1,000-year blood war with a final endgame boss, Yhwach.
Who planned to end everything. And while other Shinigami tried their best, only Ichigo was special enough to pull it off.
His father was a Shinigami. His
Because he
mother
was a
was a
Quincy as
member
well.
of the ancient Quincy's and possessed by a hollow. Hence, his two Zanbakuto spirits, one Quincy, the other Hollow and Shinigami, made Ichigo a perfect union to break Yhwach's plan. Finally, Ichigo understood himself, fully unifying with both Zanbakuto spirits within. With that came a new Shikai and two new Zanbakuto.
True Shikai! If you thought Ichigo was strong before, oh boy, he's the strongest Shinigami alive.
Two
Or
swords.
Dead. Undead? Yeah.
Stronger than Kanbachi, who could split the Dangai in half. Stronger than Senjumaru, who shook heaven and earth across the realms. And strong enough to match Yhwach, even after he absorbed the Soul King.
Juiced up with Soul King power, Yhwach could nuke all three realms. The human world, Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo, plus the Dangai
these
and
like world
Garganta in
worlds or
between,
realms?
which have a bunch of pocket
Realms.
dimensions sprinkled in. Hell,
Okay.
just the Soul King's corpse sent a shockwave across all the realms.
And it's not a matter of disrupting the flow of souls. Yhwach was going to end everything through sheer power alone.
But Ichigo still wasn't done powering up.
Entering a new half-hollow form and merging his Getsuga Tensho with a mighty hollow attack, the Gran Ray Sero.
Making a giant crescent slash that rips through space itself.
All that power culminating in his true Bankai. A power so great, even Yhwach was scared of it.
Joke's on you! Ichigo didn't even need it! You're done!
Ichigo was finally content. And
Yeah,
10
he
years
became
later,
a family
he remains
man.
Shinigami,
He got
having
married
found the
to,
courage to stand on the edge of
Orihime
life
and
death,
has a kid.
conquer his fears,
Just like Naruto.
and walk onward.
Except that it was better than Boruto.
Most teenagers have no idea what they want to do with their
Oh, here we
life.
go.
You're messy!
That was hardly a problem for juvenile delinquent Yusuke Urameshi, because he only ever wanted to do one thing.
Throw hands! It don't matter
Real.
who the
Bro, he
ups are,
was
be
for
they
the
women,
streets.
old folk
He was
or
on the
babies.
streets.
Yusuke lived to fight. It's what gave life meaning. Who cares about stupid things
Fights
like
anyone,
friends and
babies.
family?
Which is why it was so
Yes, he
surprising
fights
when
anyone,
one
babies,
day
old
he
ladies,
threw himself
even
in
a
front of
baby talks
speeding
so
car to
bad,
save a
he'll
child,
beat him up.
bringing that reckless
Oh, he
life
got hit
to
by
a
a car.
screeching halt.
Truck-kun claims another victim.
There we
But
go.
this is chapter 1 of a battle shonen, so death is
Give me a
hardly
truck,
the
okay.
end.
Surprisingly, though, it wasn't a spooky skeleton in a hood who arrived to claim Yusuke's soul.
Oh, it's
It
good.
was a blue-haired anime girl on a broomstick.
This
A
was
witch?
Botan, whose job was to ferry
Hold on.
Yusuke's newly deceased spirit off to the afterlife.
She's the Grim Reaper.
Unfortunately,
She's a
or
Shinigami.
I guess fortunately for him, he was such an asshole that the underworld didn't see his selfless death coming and didn't have any space prepared for him. Imagine being such
By
a
the way, this
menace
is
to
all in
society
episode
that
1.
the second you do something nice, hell itself gets caught with its pants down.
So the underworld
Wow.
surrogate king, Koenma, offered
Aw.
Yusuke an alternative. He
An
could
egg.
return to life as an agent of the afterlife,
Okay.
a spirit detective, solving supernatural crimes and fighting off demonic threats to humanity.
Naturally, Yusuke did what anyone would do in that situation, then told Satan Jr. to stuff it! I mean,
Nice.
he was never really good for anything, and no one was gonna miss him. So what's the point of coming back to life? It's not like his mom would be sad, or his childhood sweetheart Keiko would be heartbroken,
man.
or
Aw.
even his rival Kuwabara would
You're
shed
messy!
tears.
We still gotta
Man,
find your
The sight of loved ones who
messy!
cared far more than he ever expected. Yusuke
That's like
had a
an
change
God
of heart
damn it, I
and
love that
accepted
first
Koenma's
episode, it's
offer,
really good.
returning to life with a new purpose and a new job.
And newfound ass-kicking ability. In his quest to beat the dog shit out of demonkind, Yusuke learned to harness Reiki, or spirit energy. He's
Nice.
ridiculously strong, fast, and durable, heals from wounds quickly, and can see spirits invisible to mortal men.
Even
Okay.
early on, Yusuke could parry
Energy
Suzaku's
absorption,
lightning arrows,
purify
which are
spiritual
formed from real
awareness.
lightning called down from the
Demon
sky.
gun.
And with the help of legendary warrior Genkai, he mastered a signature move that could blast anyone to smithereens.
My favorite shonen move ever, the Spirit Gun!
Finger gun.
At first, Yusuke had a limited number of shots, but eventually, he turned it into his personal WMD. Stronger than any weapon on Earth, he could go finger blasting around as much as he wants.
The spirit gun is more versatile than it appears. Yusuke can bounce it off surfaces for sneak attacks, propel himself around like a rocket in flight, and produce massive explosions with each shot.
He can twist it up for a spirit shotgun, a mighty AoE blast, or a spirit punch, where he keeps the energy stored in his fists and clobbers the hell out of you. And the spirit wave, a Kamehameha from before we uncultured Americans knew what a Kamehameha was.
Yusuke may be a punk, but he's deceptively skilled and cunning in battle.
He's not afraid to fight
Yeah,
dirty,
he's for the
throwing his
streets.
shoes,
Okay, I'm
using
voting
sleight
for
of
him.
hand to
Smart.
light cigarettes on
I
his
like
foe
him.
to trap
Wow.
them in the dark.
Personally, I'd call that smart, and his hand-to-hand is A+. He's matched
Is
experts
this
like
gonna make you
Tabata,
watch
who's said to
Yu Yu
have mastered
Hakusho?
all forms of martial
Hey, I'm gonna
combat.
watch both
But his
this
best
and
secret is
Bleach.
how quickly he improves. All
Well,
it
Yu Yu
takes
Hakusho
is a
is by the
round
same
of
creator
training or
of
someone
Hunter x Hunter.
threatening his friends,
Oh, cool, I
and
have to watch
Yusuke's
that also.
power will spike to match stronger enemies, even if it means literally burning through his own life force for a power-up.
All known demons and demon fighters are individually ranked on a scale of power from E to S.
E and D
Nice.
class demons are nothing special. We're talking local threats at best. C and B are getting a bit dicey
Okay,
in a
so
destroy your city
pretty-
kind of
pretty
way.
sizable
A and S?
scaling.
Well, hold on to your ass. We're talking end of the world.
As Yusuke forged bonds with new allies, like demons Hiei and Kurama, as well as his old pal Kuwabara, he found himself facing opponents he couldn't beat, such as the monstrous Toguro, who could vaporize weaker demons and crush their souls with sheer aura.
But Yusuke needed to survive and protect his loved ones. So he had no choice but to rank up, even if it meant absorbing the power of a small star. Thanks,
Okay.
Genkai!
Our sun has an average luminosity of
Alright, here we go.
380 septillion watts, or joules per second. Small stars like red dwarfs
But
output
this
about
is
1/10,000
incalculable
of
because the
that.
other guy can
So
absorb
this spirit
or
orb's
whatever,
energy per
3
second would
worlds.
equal about 9 million megatons of TNT.
Enough to send
Yeah, sure.
Toguro to the grave.
Usually
Even
throw
after
big
pushing past
numbers.
his own limits, Yusuke would still need more power to face S-class threats like Sensui, a past spirit detective gone bad, and a great measuring stick for what top-tier demons are capable of.
Sensui was so yoked he couldn't even use all his power in the human world without threatening to bring down the whole thing.
Really?
He compared destroying the whole goddamn planet to kicking an anthill.
According
Okay.
to Genkai, Yusuke could destroy the planet too, if he really wanted. And even A-class threats
Alright,
like King
we're going
Enma have
planetary.
shaken both the demon and human
If
worlds.
you wanted
That
to,
anime
if
guy
it
is
was
strong as
they're saying that it is
In the past,
possible.
he fought the Netherworld King Yakumo, who could eradicate the entire human world and remake the Netherworld.
But Yusuke's power
Okay,
surpassed
two worlds,
both of them,
3
to the point
worlds,
where he
pretty
overloaded
scalable,
Yakumo
I
with his
think.
own energy. And do keep in mind, Yusuke was still only A-class at the time, a far cry from S-classes like Sensui, whose sacred energy was 10 times his superior.
I mean, he
But
does
not
have a
for long,
transformation.
Because
Here we go.
turns out, Yusuke was a demon himself.
Literally. Yusuke is the descendant of an ancient and incredibly powerful being, one of the strongest in existence, Ryzen, the Demon King.
With his Bazoku mark, Yusuke can
Cool.
channel Ryzen's spirit for a huge power boost and a massive thirst for
I never liked
murder
this form.
boost. This was
I still
his
don't like
first
this
taste
form
of a
whatsoever.
dangerous new type
I like
of
the long
spirit
back
energy.
hair, but the front hair is a
Yogi.
bit
A
more.
form of energy used by
I don't like the
demons.
long hair.
Like normal Reiki, it can be amplified by intense emotions. Unlike normal Reiki, its use creates a pleasurable feeling, feeding into the user's rage and bloodlust, the feral animal within.
So Yusuke upgraded his spirit gun to a demon gun.
There we
It's
go.
the same thing, but red. Oh, and it's strong enough to blast Sensui past the horizon, putting Yusuke's power firmly in S-class.
And making him
Nice.
a prime candidate to rule the demon world. But as he was thrust into a tournament vying for that throne, Yusuke began to wonder if all this power was what he really wanted.
Self-reflection? From I'll kick your ass, Yusuke Urameshi? Nah, we can worry about that later. There's a tournament to win. Which one of you, girl, baby, or grandparents is first?
Even then, as Yusuke took on the Demon King Yomi in an epic
Cut through
final
space,
battle,
okay.
he was still growing. He had become far stronger than before, even achieving a unique version of the Mozoku form separate from Ryzen's influence.
And a brand spanking new form of power.
Okay,
Kinda
new
like
form.
Sensui's sacred energy, but even better. It's so unprecedented, it doesn't even have a name, but it's golden glowy.
Strong enough to clash with Yomi, creating an explosion that split the heavens above and decimated the Okunin tree below, pushing the Demon King himself to his absolute limits.
But
Ooh.
then, Yusuke lost. It's
Oh.
not all bad though. Even if being king would have been cool, Yusuke realized he wanted something more. He'd grown up and chose to walk a new path.
It was always Yusuke's connections with others that motivated him above all else. And it was in those connections that he found his happy ending.
But I wouldn't piss him off if you can avoid it. Get him in the right mood or threaten the human world, and the spirit detective will beat your stupid ass.
Nice.
Mind you, this is what he was doing all of this when he was
Has its
still in high
return been
school.
foretold, but now, finally, it is reborn.
The original Death Battle shirt that once dominated the world. Hell yeah, there's no better way to wear a blood spatter on your chest.
We've restored the original shirt with even
That's
better
quite a way to
materials,
word
and
it.
it's available now on deathbattle.gg. That's our website that's also kind of like a
GG.
Patreon.
There's a bunch of other merch there, like this awesome Mecha Goose hoodie. Just don't let the gooses get it.
Website members can also see the entire Death Battle archive, including episodes that were banned from YouTube.
And even
Oh, yeah,
more
that was
behind-the-scenes goodies. Like, did you know our research team wrote up a massive blog all about the science of Ash versus Yugi? Wait, I lied. They wrote up 2!
Click the link below to support the show, look behind the scenes, and get cool merch at deathbattle.gg. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Okay.
It's
I know where I'm
time
going.
for a death battle!
Yeah, I'm going with Ichigo because that's my boy.
That's a demon. That's a hollow. No doubt about it. Spirit guide!
Let's go. Get a propel. Alright, that's sick. Hey, outside interference.
Hollow. Chump change. Reckless idiot! What a baby! Little demon energy got you scared? Nah.
Oh wait, I know that voice actor. That's that's Lenny.
Oh, cool, Lenny.
Team 4-star.
What's up, Lenny?
Two at once? Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
it
Bernie.
is him. It is. That is him.
Give in to me, Yusuke. Let's devour him together.
Is it Lenny? No, it's Lenny.
Hell no!
Lenny is
My
his name.
fight, jackass! You just hold me back!
Yeesh, rude awakening. This one's a piece of work. Need a hand, partner?
Let's do it. Like old times.
Hey, that's not fair. He accepted his help, but the other guy didn't. Over here.
This is their friend. Because they have friends. They became friends.
Oh, he hit it.
He doesn't have friends.
Is that the best you can do? I can go even faster if you'd like. Hell yeah! Bring it on, asshole!
Nice.
I'll kill you even if it kills me! I'm putting it all on the line! You
Base.
better do the same! Screw that!
Oh, the moon. Up. Ooh.
Give me a freaking break.
Again, I was right. I was right. I was right.
There we go.
KO! You think the afterlife offers frequent flyer miles?
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down into 4 chapters, starting with their abilities.
Yusuke could see Ichigo no problem, and resist auras like Togoro's that are similar to Reiatsu, so Ichigo couldn't cheese a win right away.
Otherwise, Yusuke was outmatched. Sure, the Spirit Gun could potentially match the Getsuga Tensho, and he had stat-boosting forms like the Mizoku. Ichigo, however, had more varied powers, a better healing factor, greater stamina given his months of Dangai training,
And all those swords! He just had way more abilities to play with.
Likewise, speed was a fairly easy call. Yusuke could react to lightning early on, and obviously got much faster over time. Looking at this blast from his clash with Yomi, it erupted upwards at 57% the speed of light.
But Ichigo was faster than light from the start, and he's gotten faster too. He couldn't even see Byakuya at first, but blitzed him in the rematch. Plus, he's got tons of training and power-ups since then.
The Soul King Shockwave, for example, expanded across the realms at thousands of times light speed, and Ichigo reacted to attacks from Soul King Yuhabak that utilized the same power. So, Ichigo takes speed.
Okay.
But Yusuke's fought plenty of foes faster and more varied than him, so it's extremely important to examine their tactics and ability to adapt mid-fight.
This is kind of both their things. Ichigo has styled on guys with centuries of training and has over a decade of experience as a Shinigami. He's pretty good at figuring out new weapons and styles.
Meanwhile, Yusuke was flexible and quick to adapt, mixing cleverness with exceptional hand-to-hand. He's good enough to match Kabano, who mastered every martial art. Ichigo's decent at hand-to-hand, but it's not his go-to in the same way.
So, both had their strong suits, with advantages on each side. It's fair to call this one a draw.
Leaving only the biggest winning factor, which could have superseded all other advantages: power.
Between Sensui, Genkai, and Enma, Yusuke could definitely destroy the planet. Examining his sky-splitting clash with Yomi and measuring its scale, that's about 4 quadrillion megatons of TNT, which is crazy.
Similarly, mid-series Ichigo could shake Huecomundo, tear through hell, and block attacks that could destroy the Soul Society. But at his peak, he beat Yuhabak, who could destroy several realms, which is far more impressive than just one.
To be fair, Yusuke also beat Yakumo, who could threaten 2 realms at the same time. Pretty close to Yuhabak's threatening 3.
And Yusuke far surpassed Yakumo afterward. The gap between him and Sensui alone was 10 times. So there could be an argument for Yusuke's power surpassing Ichigo if 3 realms was truly Ichigo's limit.
Fortunately for Ichigo, it's not. Yuhabak was also gonna destroy the Garganta, which has at least 29 pocket dimensions inside it.
The
Each
technicality.
containing at least a planet and star, much larger than Yusuke's planet-sized worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yuhabak
Yeah, I was
in
right.
Shushika
Yeah, I was looking
without
at the
his
cast right
additional
now.
boosts from
That is
Apollo and
Lanny,
Shinbon.
that is Nick.
As always with Death Battle, there's arguments either way. But the way we see it, even being generous with Yusuke's power and conservative
I know
with
these
Ichigo's,
voices.
the
I
gap
watched
was
Team
just
4
too big,
Star.
giving Ichigo
Nice.
the final edge. Sorry if things got messy, but that's just how Ichi goes.
The
Also
winner
because
is Ichigo
Nick,
Kurosaki.
Yu Yu
Next
Hakusho
time
was
on
great back
Death
in the
Battle.
day.
Okay, who's next? Who's that? Metal Sonic.
Oh,
Cell?
perfect.
Subscribe and join
Alright.
as a member to see more
Alright,
Death Battle.
I'm gonna
Thanks
lock
for
it in.
watching.
I'm locking in
Death
Cell.
Battle is
Alright, he's
back,
too perfect.
And so is our new tabletop
Yeah, we
gaming
gotta-
channel, Nightly Brew. We've got everything on there from Uno to Dungeons and Dragons, and a very special all-new Blood on the Clock Tower airing right now. So come join us at the Nightly Brew. Click the thing. Check this out. Thanks.
Thanks, Wiz, or Boomstick. That was really good. I enjoyed it. Now we have something here.
How many times have I been right, Andy? How many times had I been right? How many
Hey,
times?
I also agreed with it that the fact that
How many
Again,
times,
usually-
Andy? How
yes.
many times?
can you let me speak?
No.
Usually when someone loses, they come back and then they win. This was another example. So I was right on that half, not on the half that I changed mid a fight.
No, I was right.
All right, I have a bingo.
Why
Since we
bingo?
always do it. Here we go.
Not really. When we do it one time, I don't even want to do it all the time.
We did it like 3 times. No, 2 times. We did it 2 times before.
But why the bingo? We don't need that.
Why not? What's wrong with bingo? It's fun. Okay, he didn't say I need to sort of beat you. Spiritual Clash.
I'm not Leon Kennedy.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm not Leon Kennedy. Why do I care about bingo?
Because that's what we do. That's what we've been doing for like 2 of these. He didn't.
Been
Okay,
against
so
the bingos for some time.
I think they get a good Getsuka Tensho Clash. Did they show Fortnite?
I don't know. Wasn't paying attention.
I don't think they did. I'll have to look back. Yusuke turning into his demon form, he sort of did. He didn't go full demon, just partial. Ichigo turning into one of his forms. He did. Yusuke getting sliced to death. He did get sliced. Not vaporized though. Yusuke does have spirit gun. He used the red one, right? I think he did.
What, the red one? Yeah.
Lines
The
references to
red
Naruto versus Ichigo or Sasuke versus Heal. Did they reference that?
I'm sorry. How do you? It's Sasuke. It's pronounced Sasuke, not Sasuke.
That's what I said, Sasuke.
No, you did not pronounce it Sasuke.
I did too pronounce it such.
No, you did. Editor, check the recording.
Yuyusuke fought the Demon King Yomi feat. They did use that. Ichigo using Shenpo in the fight? Did he use it?
No, no one's paying attention.
You were listening. You were more concerned. You were more focused on Lenny.
Yeah, I was too busy focused on Nick because, like, hey man, that's Nick.
Naruto being referenced. It was a reference. 5 of them. Nope.
How dare I know a voice actor?
You were so quiet. I thought you had been muted again. Demon form versus Tensua Zengetsu form.
You know what? I will go muted.
Don't you dare. Megetsu maybe appear. He didn't appear. Tensho cuts to the final spirit gun, a gun wave. I think he cut through it. I have to look back. But I can totally do that. Yes, he kind of did. He did cut through it. Katsu final gets you the blast. Bankai. They definitely. Brutal death. Meh. He got cut in half, which is... It's already another thing. At the end, Ichigo puts his sword in his holder, holding him up on his shoulder, and fight. Let me directly confirm this. Yes, he did, in the shoulder. Ichigo using relate to on Yuyusuke. Ichigo entering the inner world, or Sengetsu helps him. He entered that one world. Sengetsu appearing in the fight. Yuyusuke and Ichigo mistaking each other for the demon. Okay, yes. Yuyusuke cursing at Ichigo when he dies. He didn't really curse him out. Also, wow, this guy had no faith in Yuyusuke winning.
No,
Okay.
I have no faith in him. I was right, man. Trust the guy who watched the anime.
Okay, I don't think there's a bingo here. No bingo. We'll get him next time. Because next time we'll be there watching... Oh wow, I was crying the whole time. Cell versus Metal.
Cell wins. He's too perfect.
Metal will crush him.
Doubt.
We'll see. Thank you all for watching. If you want to check out Mecha's channel, check out the description below. All props go to Death Battle. Want to say anything for them, Mecha?
I was right.
This is gonna keep going off that. Okay. Thank you all for
'Cause
watching.
it's true.
Okay, well, I was right too in the sense that I was like, oh, usually when somebody
Nah.
again,
You just get the participation trophy. I get the actual trophy.
All right, well, we'll hand out trophies next time. Thank you all for watching. My name is Anday. This is Mecha, and this was, what was his name again? Ichigo versus Yuyusuke, Bleach versus Yu Yu Hakusho. Death Battle. Thank you all for watching.
Ichigo versus Yusuke. Yusuke!
See you guys next time. Bye bye.